now that I figured out what I dislike and I like, I love my life and I'm successful and I'm here to help you in your success. And we are live. Welcome back to the Rosabeth Mooon Motivation podcast. My name is Michaela Rosabeth, and this is season 1, episode 2. How do I help myself? Welcome. I'm so glad that you came back for a next episode. And if this is your first episode, welcome. I share vulnerable, humorous, humiliating, you name it, I'll say it, stories about how I became successful through my self-help journey. And today's topic is, how did I help myself? What's the story? What's the story about how I help myself? And get in for it, right? Get some water, get some tea, get whatever you need. And this is going to be a good one. So buckle up. So, how did I help myself? I didn't want to state that I needed help. I didn't want to state that I was someone that needed to be changed. No one ever does, right? I was to the point where I graduated high school, right? Let's set the scene. I am in high school and I am the goth girl. I have really, really great, vibrant, beautiful red hair. And of course, my makeup is the goth aesthetic of, hey, leave me alone, please, and thank you, so I don't have to do anything that's going to cause a scene. Thanks very much. So I was doing everything that I had been told up to that point. I had really great grades, so nothing bad ever happened to me. I was accepted into 7 colleges. I had graduated part of the top of my class. I had it pretty set, and I had a name already established for me in my hometown with my art. Okay, so at this point, I was doing what everybody had told me, and I was going to go to college for art. Well, this is what you call one of those midlife crises, and I was 18 years old. I went to college, okay? I went to a university that I chose, and it was crazy. If you have never heard of those college stories, we'll definitely get into it at some point in this podcast, I'm 1,000,000% sure. But I went to college and I had finally spent time in a city. I'd never been in a city before or around city people. And this was the first time that my ideals were challenged. This was the first time that I was around stuff that I had never ever experienced ever in my life before. And I felt like my whole life had just been that's the word, tossed and turned and just really thrown out the window. And I had learned that everything in my life was wrong. Everything that I knew was wrong, right? To an extent. And I had a huge reality check. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, Michaela, you have trauma. You have trauma that's been impacting you your whole life. Why do you think you've been angry? Why do you think you've been sad? Why do you think you leave class, have a panic in the bathroom, and then literally cry in the bathroom? Why do you think this is happening? This is not normal. Why do you think thoughts are going through your head of, this life sucks. This life is not what I want. This is not what I thought. This is never what I imagined it would be, and I hate it. I never imagined that this would happen to me. And when I was in the bathroom crying my eyes out and I look into the mirror and I see my mascara and my makeup, and I am just from a horror film. I am about to horror and terrorize this entire campus, and I literally look like I just walked out of a horror scene from the bathroom, and this is not good. This is when I realized, oh my gosh, something's wrong and I need to help myself. And this was my catalyst to starting my self-help journey. And Oh, I wish that I had somebody like me who is talking about this in steps, because it would have helped me a lot. And I decided I'm going to share it on the podcast. You know what the lesson I learned from this college story and me having all of my ideals challenged and having me cry and have breakdowns in class and having me cry in the bathroom and having me do a lot of horrible stuff that I had no idea about? Why does this all connect? It's because I realized I don't like this. I don't like it. And the best part is I realized that I have a choice to change it. I was just walking down the campus hallways and somebody was standing there and talking to a friend, and they were talking about their likes and their dislikes, and they were like, "Hey, what do you like?" Are you kidding me? I just got out of the bathroom crying and having a breakdown. I dislike everything. I don't have a like. I don't have anything that I enjoy. And I definitely dampened the mood quite a bit. It's like I genuinely made them question their existence for a second. And then I realized when I got back to my dorm that that's not normal, right? All of these realizations kept hitting me all at once. And that's when I realized, what do I like? What are the things that I do enjoy? What part of this life that I'm living am I having a good time at? And so I sat down and I got out my journal and I wrote all my dislikes and I wrote all my likes, and I started connecting the dots. I was like, oh my goodness, I dislike all of these things very much. I like maybe one or two things. I don't like my degree. I don't really like my campus. I don't really like my home situation. I really didn't really like my life. And that's why I was breaking down in the bathroom. Because I hated it. Because I hated my life. I didn't know until I realized that I needed some help. And this is what changed my entire life. When I started realizing that I can change based on what I like and what I don't like. I disliked my degree, so what did I do? I changed it. Well, I disliked my campus, and so I changed it. I disliked computer engineering, and I disliked art, and I disliked everything that I was going into, and animation. And then as I continued moving on and changing, when I didn't like something, I moved into something that I was like, oh, actually, I think that this is a good idea. I think that I actually might like this. You know what happened? I found what I liked. I found that I like plants, and I found that I like content. I found that I like writing and podcasts, and I found that I like helping people, and then I found that I like business, and I found that I really like the way that the minds work, and all of it started tying in together and building, and my self-help journey shot up, and then I felt better. My dislike list dwindled into a really good tangible list of things that are now my boundaries, are now what I love to do, are now what I'll never ever do, and now I know what I stand for. And because of all of that, you know what the end result is? I became successful. I have my natural skincare company, I have my blog, I have my website, I have my YouTube, my podcast, my socials. I have my life. I have my beautiful home, I have my dog, my man. I have everything that I love and everything that I like because I identified what I liked. And that was the basis to the beginning of my self-help journey. And I created a worksheet to help you identify your likes and your dislikes. And because of it, I want to know in the comments what your likes are and what your dislikes are, so we can kind of compare. And if you don't have any likes, it's okay. I literally didn't either. You know what I liked at that time? I didn't like anything. That's the truth. And I feel like that's completely valid and that's okay. Because now that I figured out what I dislike and I like, I love my life and I'm successful and I'm here to help you in your self-help and success, all of the above journey. My name again is Michaela Rosabeth, and I will see you in the next episode for episode 3. Thank you again for coming to Rosabeth Mooon Motivation. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.